Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Darksaved Walker, and today we do the first of the two theme run polls for this week. I definitely appreciate those of you who voted, and I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Without the continued participation, this channel would probably be going a lot slower than it already was. And I mean that as no disrespect. It's just, yeah, channel is growing a little slowly, but I digress. I'm not here to talk about that. Plus, that doesn't have a whole lot to do with y'all. No, today we are here to talk about the build, which is themed after Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, who managed to only win by one vote, which, when you're not getting a lot of votes, every vote counts. So this is another reason why I say, by all means, jump in, voice your opinion, and hey, there's bound to be just one or two people out there that can make a difference. Hold on. So, on to the actual build. So, Sub-Zero, of course, is a ninja, even though he doesn't want to call himself that, who hails from the Kuei clan of assassins. Now, the funny thing is, there were basically two Sub-Zeros. There was the original Subs from Mortal Kombat Mythologies, and I believe either the first or the first and second Mortal Kombat games. Then there was an unmasked version of Sub-Zero, who is a more pleasant version of his kind of dickhead brother. So it doesn't make much of a difference because they both kind of used a lot of the same moves. So what we have is Frostblade, based on the idea that Sub-Zero likes to materialize weapons made out of ice. Sorry about that. And we have very much the same thing going for Frost Spear. It's this very same principle. Glacial Cross. This is one of those moves that I decided upon because Subs does very much like to, once he freezes his enemies, he likes to jump in and get in close and hit with a really big move. That's kind of what I was mimicking with Glacial Cross, is like the old freeze uppercut method of how things worked in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. In 3, there is more of a combo focus, and that just kind of went on from there into what the game is today. Then, in order to play around with that motif of freeze your enemies and then get in close to finish the job, we have Dark Katana, designed to make Glacial Cross and the blades move a lot faster, maybe not faster, right? So that was the wrong word. But designed to make them flow a lot better. And then, of course, the Patience Robe, because, Sub-Zero ninja, he wears blue. Because he's blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-da. So, the two best places to start, if we're just looking to just take care of business, would be either the Chilling Dungeons or the Thundering Keep. Then, of course, what we want to see is... well, we wanted to see Zeal, but of course. Alright, so this is not going to be fun for me, because now what we have is basically the most difficult version of what could have happened here. What would have been good would have been, Freya comes first, then in the middle, someone who is neutral to water damage, and at the end, we have Zeal. But that's not what we got. What we got is two people who are resistant to water, and then of course Atlas, because the universe hates me. So I have a particularly difficult run ahead of me here. So, yeah, fun times. This on top of the idea that I already have a headache because I haven't had a drink of water in a while, because the water in our apartment building has been off since... since 9 a.m. this morning, and I am starting to feel the lack of water in my bloodstream. So, I'm currently working with a really big headache right now. So after this, I might need to consider actually running out to perform an errand that has nothing to do with anything I actually need to get done. I just really need to use the bathroom and get a glass of water. It's a strange reason to go out and run an errand, I'm not gonna lie. And for those of you curious, no, I'm not trying to run an all ice build. Oh, okay, I'm just not allowed to play, alright. Okay, I am not happy. And of course she doesn't want to give me anything I can actually work with. But there are 2 Arcana there that I can justify taking. And I think I am going to take this one, as it basically comes down to, hey, Subby does like to perform flying kicks. This seems like a good representation of that. So basically I'm justifying it as, hey, binary splashdown is more of a martial arts thing. Oh hey, Frost Fan. I mean, I wasn't going for an entirely water-based build, but at the same time, a little bit of extra control never hurt. So I'm thinking either Calcifying Bone Mail or Chaos Visor. Let's see what I end up affording after another combat room. But yeah, as I was saying, this is probably the hardest version of the run I could have possibly gotten. So there is but definitely better than 0% chance that I will not actually win this one. And Calcifying Bone Mail is what I'm going to end up going with here. I'd say bad RNG combined with the idea that Iris still doesn't want to help me upgrade any of my stuff is going to prove to be a very bad combination here. Oops. We overshot there, Sub-Zero. Come on. Alright, there we go. And then, of course, I can justify Frost Fan because that's like essentially having frozen ships. So this time around, my desire to front load the difficulty and just get that over with kind of backfired on me. Oh my god, I hate you so much. So we need a total of 250 gold to get the upgrades for those Arcana. Oh my god, I hate explosive barrels so much. So this may teach me a lesson, though. Don't front-load the difficulty. If you front-load the difficulty, then the game will decide, oh, okay, well, let's just make everything as difficult as possible for you. This is, once again, me thinking that the game has some amount of sentience. I know it doesn't, but I can't help but feel as though someone or something is out to get me. But yeah, the big reason why I wanted to start here is to just get out of the way the most difficult possibility while the game was still at its easiest setting. And the most difficult possibility for this particular run being essentially an inability to freeze some of the enemies. So things will still be mildly easier after this, but not to the degree where it'll be nearly mindless. Matter of fact, between dealing with the idea that the Thunder Twins are going to essentially resist all my damage because it's all ice-based at the moment, and let's see, what do we have here? So there are things here that I like, not gonna lie. But right now, I need to focus on upgrading at least one of my Arcana. And I think Ice Spear is probably the thing worth upgrading. I should then go back and see what Anders has for me, because it's very possible that there's something there that can help me turn the tides here. Oops. Actually, upon second thought, if I were to upgrade the Frost Feint, that would be leaving behind many multiple decoys with which to use. Permafrost Cube just seems pointless right now. I can see how Puffy Parka would help, but I think both Lotus Froststone and Permafrost Cube would be overkill. I don't know. This is where things get difficult, because I'm looking at things that are normally really helpful going, I mean, yeah, but... And I'm looking at things that are generally okay going, yeah, I don't know, though. For example, the combo gloves. I know how they work, I'm just not exactly sure that having a second charge slash at the end of everything is necessarily the direction I want to go. Alright, so I think Frost Feint is what I go with, because using that, I will get multiple decoys every time I go to use one, and that has its own benefits. Mostly that it keeps my enemies that much more distracted. Oh, I'm dumb. I made an oops. Alright, so now the only thing I could afford would be the puffy parka. So do I think it's worth it? So here's the thing. I think I need to save some money to afford things like upgrades and potentially Ugh. And for something that can potentially turn the tides a little bit more so than what I have. Alright, it's not a bad chunk of damage. The spells I have right now are doing a fine job laying on some hurt. There we go. Alright, so that's one down. I cannot justify taking that as subby. So I'm just going to have to leave that behind. And no, it doesn't have as much to do with element as it has to do with... I just don't know how I would justify something that works like dynamo. Like, what is that even? Deferred dynamo? I don't know if I have anything, that Sub-Zero has anything that works like that. But I also openly admit that I have not played Mortal Kombat 10 or 11, so who knows, maybe one of you guys out there who has played that game would know a little bit more. If you do, by all means, please let me know in the comments where I made my mistake in, assuming that Sub-Zero couldn't use something like Deferred Dynamo. But again, it's not. I'm not making that decision based upon... So nice being able to freeze the elemental enemies. I'm not necessarily making that decision based upon the idea that it's electrical element. I'm making that decision based upon the idea that I don't know if Sub-Zero has anything that acts the way Deferred Dynamo does. Also, greater critical hit chance is definitely on the table. Works very well with that Dark Katana. Beautifully done. Jerk. So, a while back, I actually did an episode entitled Cool as Ice, where I tried to do an all Ice Arcana challenge, and failed miserably. And I don't mean like just water, I mean literally just the ones that qualify as ice. Here we go. Both of these would be good upgrades, but I think I would defer to the idea that I think Frostfan would be the better upgrade. But again, why aren't you allowing me to upgrade the Frost Blades? Just afraid that would be too awesome and helpful? So looking on it now I think I could do that challenge. And that's not even like an official challenge, that was just one that I made up on my own. So I imagine if I were to submit it to the Wizard of Legend Discord, would they take it seriously, or would they just be like, get the fuck out of here, loser? Alright, so we've got a basic chest. That's fine, I could always use more money and health. Or, you know, just money. You know what? I'm fine with that. Can't complain too loudly about actually getting a little bit more help. And yes, thanks to the water archers, I had almost given up hope a little too early. And things are still looking like they're going to be difficult, don't get me wrong, but now it looks like it's just going to be difficult rather than soul-crushing. Guten Tag, Herr Doctor. Alright, so that gives me an idea. I know that seemed like a little overkill, but part of the big issue I have with Strafe Archer is his freaking minions. There we go. Beautifully done. Alright, so if I were to give the good doctor an Arcana now, she is probably going to take Ice Spear. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Prescription bottle. I'll stock 2 health potions. Okay, not exactly what I was hoping for, but I'll take it. Now I can replace the Ice Spear with the enhanced version, and we are all set to go. I know originally I was going to pick up Frost Fan, but that move seemed like it could yield some fruit. And yeah, I have more health now, but you know, I would have really liked, like, you know, the critical placebos. Just saying, that would have been a big help, Doctor. But we're once again dealing with a game that does not want to give me a large amount of help. I mean, I've already been over my thoughts on that, so I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys by reiterating my thoughts on how the game seems to have a dynamic difficulty that's very much against me. What I am going to say about that is that it does seem consistent. So it seems like there's definitely something that prevents me from picking up things like upgrades to my basic and whatnot. And who knows, maybe I'm just reading way too much into it. Maybe this is all just a precautionary tale for taking what benefits you can when you can get them. Fat sucker. Bubble slaps. I wouldn't mind that being upgraded, not gonna lie. But it's a good backup. And for those of you wondering, I was not thinking that I was going to go solely water and ice. I'm normally pretty quick to take luxury handbag, but considering that much of my damage right now is coming from Frost Fan, I kinda want to wait to see if I get a proper upgrade, or if the game is once again going to try to punch me in the throat. And just so that we're all clear, I'm expecting the game to try to punch me in the throat. It's nothing against anyone or anything, that's just the expectation that I've come to foster from this game. And that might make it sound like I absolutely hate this game, but no. No, that is not the case. No, all it is that I know my own luck, so I plan around that and try to rely more so on myself than anything else. There we go. And I'm going to rethink what I was saying. Seems like much of my damage is coming from the combos in general and not just from Frostman, so I probably will take Luxury Handbag. Take that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this now. See, now it's gone from a I might take Luxury Handbag to I'll definitely take Luxury Handbag. But I don't understand why I'm not finding the upgrade to Frost Blades. Like, I swear, Iris just has it in for me when it comes to upgrading my basic. Which leads me to ask, and I know I've already asked this question once, but I can't help but for it to come back into my mind again. Are there just some basics that have a lower chance of you finding their enhanced form? Because I don't seem to ever find the enhanced form for Bouncing Blaze or Bolt Rail either. Like, almost never, basically, is how that works. Okay, what I could really use right now is some Assassin's Blade action. Hey. Unfortunately, not going to be able to afford the Surefire Rocket. And I only have one Jump Arcana, so I'm not gonna take a relic based entirely around using that. That did not work out like I thought it would. That's what I get for trying to be cool. Whoa, what? What? So after one cycle, they're already using their super move. So either my aim is awful or the game is taking the piss out of me, and I'm not sure which one it is. There we go. Alright. Beautifully done. Sub-Zero uses a lot of different type of weapons. I cannot justify that one. So, moving on. So, since I have never played Mortal Kombat 10 or 11, Sunken, is there anyone out there that can fill me in on what Sub-Zero is like in those games? How does he play? Is he a good character? Is he a not so good character? Because, I mean, like any fighting game, however popular a character may be, does not translate into their viability as far as high-level play is concerned. So I'm just very curious. Does he have any special moves that would have been very interesting to see represented here? You know, special moves that I might not know about. And I know that there are certain things that I was not able to replicate, such as the ice puddle. I was not sure how to replicate that. You know how I feel about fairies, don't judge me. And yeah, instead of being stupid, let's just go take the portal. I might be back for Sidewinder's badge. Sidewinder's badge, of course, just attacks on a little extra damage for each hit of your basic. So if your basic has a way to hit many multiple times, it just makes it all that more valuable. And as we well know, Frostblade easily hits multiple times. Thank you, my little Sylvan friend. But first, I want to see if Iris is actually going to offer me the Frostblade's upgrade. I have a sneaking suspicion I know the answer to that question, but it never hurts to actually find out for yourself. Another thing about Mortal Kombat is it's a rare example of a fighting game with a lot of story to it. So I'm also kind of curious as to how things go for Subby. He's always been one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, even if he was never. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Achoo! Oh, yeah, here you go. Even I know that that's a weird sound for your sneeze to make. Why did I do that? So she's willing to upgrade the random thing that I picked up and I'm probably not going to use before she allows me to upgrade my basic that I've had since floor 1. Oh my goodness, woman. Yeah, I can take that. I don't know if it's gonna help so late in the run, but simultaneously it's not gonna hurt anything either. Shouldn't you have been frozen? Oh my god, I hate ropes so much. It's like I said, I was already pretty sure of what the answer to that question was going to be. And yeah. Like I said, I know myself. That's why I wanted to put a lot of backup for things around. Around the Frostblades, because I was pretty certain I wasn't going to be getting an upgrade for it. Here we go. Also, I want to point out, I'm not, like, purposefully ignoring Cascading Blitz. I'm just not sure that it's going to do what I want it to do right now. Here we go. So we're still doing okay somehow. I'm wondering if that's going to change here. First mage, yep, that changes here. Alright, so that was a decent amount of money to pick up from that. So just in case I have it, and by the way, Water Prison I probably could find an effective way to use as subby, but at the same time it's not really a substitute for having a full-on deep freeze. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Should I do a spotlight episode on Water Prison, see if I can't understand a little bit better how it works? Because that could be some fun in and of itself. And as far as why I purchased the upgrade to an Arcana that I'm probably not going to use, especially considering that it costs 200 coins to pick up that way, I'm picking it up hoping that it will essentially thin the pool enough that Frostblade will finally show up. I hate these little roly-poly bastards so much. I would have loved for that to shown up earlier. But, I mean, in the long run, it only would have saved me 25 coins. But, even such a small amount of money could have been big. Oh, hello, what do we have here? Orbitals! The theme is orbitals! But why didn't you include Cardus Prime? I would have taken that. But it is nice to see something like that pop up. Because that just leaves room for... It leaves room for all sorts of things to be possibilities. Oh, okay, the game has just decided that I don't ever get to cast a spell. Oh my god. Alright, well, those last couple of rooms really did a number on me. Why the game was not okay. Anyway, she has it, but she's charging an exorbitant amount for it. Like, to the point where I'm looking at that going, is it even worth it at that point? Holy crap. Doing to me, woman? 225? Good lord. You must think I'm made of money. Oops. Wrong spell. Right, the job still got done. It was not quite as graceful as it could have been, but the job got done. There we go. This is the boss arena. Yay. Okay, strictly out of the principle of the thing, I'm going to buy it, but Christ. Like, this has to be some sort of difficulty scaling. I don't understand why I never see my upgraded basic until like the very end of a run. And of course, by the end of the run, she wants to charge roughly an arm and a leg for it. Or if you prefer, a kidney and half your pancreas. Yeah, why would I? But slows movement speed. Okay, so I'm getting a nice damage boost from the Anger of Burden and the luxury handbag. I could improve that. I could improve the Anger of Burden by taking the silver spinning top, but I don't think it's a good idea. Alright, let's see how fares the boss. There. Unfortunately, Dragon Arc is one that I cannot justify. I only need one, but thank you. And Crystalline Balestra is good. I'm just wondering if it's good enough to be a better lead-in or better combo finisher than what I have. And since we are getting to a spot where things are going to be a bit more combo-centric, I am going to switch to the Bubble Slaps. And I'll probably switch back once we get past Atlas, who shows up way more often than he should, the bastard. Yeah, that worked out nicely. And thanks to poison, I don't get to do. Oh, that's twice now. There we go. Okay, that did not work out very well at all. No poison dash trap. I don't even like that one very much. Plus, why would you give me a poison ability right as we're about to fight Sura? Come on. Also, let's not forget, there we go. This is going to be more useful for the time being. Did I seriously just try to use a spell that was still on cooldown? And by the way, yes, I do see Mercenary Dagger over there. I'm just focused on trying to clear the danger first. And yes, I will pick that up. Wow, that's a lot of damage! go. Alright. I mean, I can partially justify Aqua Beam, but I'm not even going to try. I think instead I'm going to finish filling out my Relic Suite with Merchant's Cart and Yuffie's Shawl. So plus 15, that's plus 40, plus 60, plus 70% damage. Not bad. Alright, I think we're ready. And yes, this does give me the good feeling that I probably could do the Cool as Ice challenge now. Well, isn't that going to be what the Elsa challenge is? Yes and no. Hey. There we go. I should have done that before the fight started, but hey, you know how it is. Sometimes things just slip your mind. Also, you sometimes just make bad decisions. There we go. Oh, only took 2 cycles to get him down. Alright. Oops. I overshot my target! Damn me! Oh. Woo! Owie. I made an oops, but I still won. Alright, Sub-Zero is victorious. Far from a flawless victory, not gonna lie about that, but we are victorious. Things really did start to come together toward the end once we started getting all of those damage up boosts, but yeah, I would be lying if I said that this is exactly how I envisioned things going. Like, why do I have so much trouble getting upgrades, especially for my basic? Like, it makes me think that either the basics that I choose have a lower chance of being upgraded, or that there's some sort of dynamic difficulty scaling, but I've already been over that. It just troubles me to no end. But there we go. It's a victory. I have no idea how many victories I'm up to on the streak. I haven't been keeping track. Maybe someone else has. Who knows? It's more so something I'm interested in just as like a fun little note. But there you go. That's Sub-Zero. I hope you guys enjoyed the theme run. And of course, Elsa will be coming on Monday. Wink. Alright, so again, I appreciate you guys coming to spend some of your free time with me. It means a lot to me. Now, if you'll do me a favor, do the usual YouTube dance. Do the like, do the comment, do the subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And I will be seeing you guys in another video very shortly. So until then, you guys take care. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.